Every cyclist over 40 has the same secret dream. But here's the thing, it's not that bucket list ride and it's not that dream bike. I reckon that pretty much every cyclist over the age of 40 has the same secret dream. It's one so personal that they might not have shared it with their family or their cycling chums, and they probably haven't even admitted it to themselves. We try and say to ourselves that cycling is all about the challenge, all about the adventure, it's about beating the climb or beating that one rider. But that's not really what it's about. So what is this secret and why do we keep it to ourselves? Well, today I'm going to share with you the thoughts that are going around my fevered mind, and you might just realise that it's your secret too. Remember when you were a kid, standing in the playground, staring up at the tallest tree and wondering if you could climb it? If you're anything like me, you weren't just wondering if you could climb it, you were trying to work out how you could get up to the tallest branches and climb it higher than anyone had ever done before. Well, that urge, that never goes away. Cycling isn't just about fitness and getting out and about in the fresh air. Deep down, all of us cyclists over 40 have that one ride. It might be getting to the top of a particular climb without sounding like a broken accordion. It might be nailing that 100-kilometer ride or maintaining an average speed that you never thought was possible. But here's the thing, when most cyclists do achieve it, they either won't say anything or they'll just brush it off as a bit of fun. But inside, those personal bests matter. And they matter because it proves to yourself that you can still push your limits, you can still achieve something tangible, and you can still feel that rush of victory. And the best part is that unlike when we were kids, there's no one there telling us that we can't climb that tree anymore. But of course, we always try and play it cool by saying things like, I only ride for fun these days, or the numbers don't matter really anyway, when all the while, in private, we're going through our Strava data with a fine-tooth comb like a scientist trying to find the origins of the universe. We pretend that personal bests don't matter, but when the numbers stop improving, we immediately blame things like headwinds, the wrong tyres, or the tragic decision to have an extra biscuit with our afternoon cup of tea. I very often have dreams where I'm flying, and my take on that is that I secretly have a need for a feeling of freedom, or at least a sense of movement without restrictions. Now, although I don't have two wings, I do have two wheels and a bicycle, and that's pretty much the next best thing. For me, there's something about cycling that turns the clock back. It's the wind rushing past, it's the open road ahead, and it's the feeling of being a kid again. But it's not just nostalgia, it's a deep, unspoken drive to feel alive. This is why I think that many cyclists over 40 find themselves chasing adventures, so looking for new routes, pushing themselves outside of their comfort zones, or going on rides that they know will hurt, but ones that will be worth every single second. It's because when you're pushing yourself hard, your heart's beating, and you're at the top of a climb grinning like an idiot, you don't feel your age, you just feel alive. Cycling is a little bit like time travel, except you don't really go back to the past. Instead, you forget how old you are, and for a moment you're a 17-year-old wild-eyed tiger on the road to oblivion, until of course you remember that it's Thursday, and that's the day you need to go to the post office to collect your old age pension. But still, the sense of adventure is very real, and we dream about going on epic tours, tackling crazy climbs, or doing something really daft like going on multi-day bike rides in foreign countries, where the biggest challenge isn't so much the climbs or the distance, it's figuring out how you're going to survive without a proper British cup of tea. Deep down, we don't just want to ride our bikes, we want to know that we've still got it, whatever it is. Hopefully not another knee injury. Now let's imagine this. You're at a school reunion surrounded by old friends. Some of them still look really good, while others, well, they just look like a cross between a geriatric cat weasel and Wurzel Gummidge. And you suddenly start wondering, blimey, which one am I? Comparison is a very dangerous game, but we all play it. And us cyclists, we might not say anything, but we certainly notice who's getting faster and who's getting slower, and who's powering up the climbs and who's struggling at the back. Maybe you're not actively trying to be the fastest rider in your group, but I'll bet you a penny to a pound of shit that you don't want to be that poor sap struggling at the back either. So you train a bit harder, you ride a bit further, a bit faster for a bit longer, not to prove something to anybody else, but to prove to yourself that remaining competitive is more than just pride, and to prove to yourself that you're not becoming that decrepit old man. At least not yet, anyway. Now let's think of something a little bit more cheerful. The best moments in your life, the ones that really mattered. Were you sitting still, or were you out there in the world moving? This is what I really think is behind that secret that all of us cyclists have. It's not about speed or competition or even adventure. It's simply about being able to keep moving, to keep living, and to keep experiencing life on our own terms. Cycling isn't just a hobby, it's an insurance policy against time. It's a way of keeping up with the kids, the grandkids, exploring new places, and living life to the full. It's not just about a single ride or a single climb or even personal bests. It's all about making sure that the bigger journey lasts for as long as possible, and more importantly, that we get to enjoy it for as long as possible. I believe there's always something new to learn that can make our cycling even better. And that's why I've created my own free monthly newsletter packed with tips and tricks to help you do just that. So if you'd like to sign up, I'll leave a link in the description below. In the meantime, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.